Right, let's move on to our pre-planned half-time chat. We've been asking on Twitter for contributions in the categories of best game of 2017, best goal of 2017, best moment of 2017, and the player of 2017 as we look to review, wait for it, 2017. Well, let's stick to the best game first, shall we? Let's go through them in order. If we have a look at what people have been suggesting, Matty Webber suggesting York away, that 3-1 win, the Gary Mills memory trip. Rich Fay, hi Rich, has also said York away.
Surely his best game has got to be a Champions League tie with Man City, but
well, feasibly, yeah, absolutely. York away as well, Alex Wilding is suggesting. Robert Williams are Tranmere away. Jonah Devitt suggesting York away. He says, I'm going 1 down to winning 3-1 with a packed vocal away end. Fearless in Devotion saying Tranmere away, we only need 10 men. And Francesca Mirola saying York away. So I think we got two major options there, I think, haven't we? Are you going to throw any others into the mix?
The only other game I can say, and I'm struggling to think if it was actually in 2017, I don't believe it was, so it's probably not in there, was when we beat Forest Green 3-1. I know Dean Keith was in charge. Was it? Yeah. So, the two games that instantly sprung to my mind this season would be Tranmere, that performance, and of course York. I suppose Tranmere is probably the battling performance, and wins the plaudits for character, going there, the 10 men, but York pulls on all the heartstrings, and it was the Gary Mills story. It was they could stay up, we could still go down. Jordan White got on the score sheet, and it was sort of the striker that never was. And you had the Sean Newton. There was lots of little bits and bobs, and a lot of ill feeling, and it was that game that Wrexham fans desperately wanted to win, and the players knew it, and the management knew it, and it was just that sort of icing on the cake really for Wrexham fans. So for me it was that I really enjoyed York away, and I think someone put from going 1-0 down to then 3-1, the travelling support was amazing. It was a bank holiday weekend, the weather was there, it was a great experience. I'm going to throw a couple other ones in here.
Okay, well, not that 2017's actually been full of classics. That Guiseley game, we won 3-1 here, when Masanka scores the overhead, when Rooney scores the World Cup, the world-class free kick. You don't get many games where you score awesome goals like that in a one match. I know beating Guiseley at home doesn't feel as special as going to Tranmere or going to York, but woof.
Yeah, I'm not. No, you're not going to convince me on that one. I think I like to see a good battling performance. I like to see backs against the wall. So Tranmere, that's why Tranmere's up there for me. But the York one, just because of, as I've just said, or the nostalgia that went with it, and the club's been through a lot, and it just felt that it was a climax of that sort of, maybe you can start seeing the glimmer of hope in the future, and it was a sort of putting that to bed. So I think that's why maybe it's not the best game of football, and you're right, there was some great goals in that Guiseley game, and was that when Rooney came off the bench and scored two, and he can't start any games because of contracts, and all spilling over from the Mills era obviously. So it's we've had some strange times if you compare the end of last season to the start of this season.
Nice to be stable in some sense, isn't it? I will, before we move on that, I've got to say, there is one other thing I've got to say. There's only one better way to win away to Chester and play them off the pitch, and that is to play quite badly at Chester but still win. I think that's sweeter, if anything. So I'm going to mention that anyway.
Chester results are always got to, winning Chester's always got to be up there.
I'm going to say weather alert. It is horrendous out here now. Your notes, James, are blowing all over the place. There's the rain slashing down. It's going to be fun this second half. But anyway, we'll move on.
At least we're sheltered-ish.
Ish, exactly. Second one, best goal of 2017. Right, options. What have we had voted for? Leo Smith at York, says Matty Webber. That's a good call. Rich says Masanka at against Guiseley. Alex suggesting Chris Holroyd against Tranmere. Good emotional call that, I think, as such an important goal. Robert Williams saying Masanka against Guiseley. Jonah Devitt is saying that it's Tums' bicycle kick. Nice use of the emoji there, Jonah. Won't see a better goal. Fearless in Devotion, best goal. Masanka overhead Tekkers. Francesca Marola is saying Sam Wedgbury against Guiseley, which I've got to say, that was technically a really good goal. It wasn't sitting up for him at all. He did really well not to put it over the bar, especially as well as in the circumstance. I think that's an underrated goal, a bit like hipster alert. Look for Vose's other goal against Gateshead, because that technically is amazing. I'm not saying it's as good as Vose's dribbling past lots of different people in 4 different dimensions, Rick and Morty style, but my gosh, that is a heck of a technical goal, the second. But anyway, that was in the past. But I think Francesca's right, that technically has a great goal by Wedgbury, but for me, you got to go for Masanka.
I see. Masanka got voted goal of the season, didn't he, for last year, and with that goal, and yeah, it was good, and it's Tekkers, but I don't see enough of it to credit him. Tekkers, I'm going for more than the fluke. To be controversial,
so a goal can't be good unless someone scored other good goals.
Oh no, it can be good. It was a great strike and it was a great finish, but I'm not that impressed by it.
It was only an overhead kick.
It was an overhead kick, and it's great. Everyone likes their own style of goal. Someone likes that sort of dribbling in through someone, and some people like passing it from the back and all the way through. I like an absolute thunderbolt of a shot, and I think I'm going for the Wedgbury one. I also like the timing of it. I like the when the crowd gets up, that last minute winner when York scored for us a couple of seasons ago. Was it Cheltenham when we won 1-0? It was late in the game. Those when the crowd gets really so it adds to it. I mean, I take nothing away from Masanka. It was a great finish to Guiseley, and he's lived on that. He lived through it in Portugal. He lived through it with the trophy. And I thought Rutherford's was a good goal a few weeks ago when he sort of he came in and had to half volley it to get the winner, sort of thing. But I mean, overhead kicks. It was a great technique, a great goal. But I just like thunderbolts. And I think my other favourite one, but I think you're going to tell me this was in 2016, was Eyes on the Clouds when he hit it from the edge of the box.
No, that was 2017.
That's 2017. That was a good goal, wasn't it? That was a good goal. I'll go for that one. Was my thunderbolt, but Wedgbury would have been up there if not that one.
Fair play. That was a nice call. That good knowledge, good memory. Best moment of 2017. Okay, Francesca was going for Paul Rutherford jumping into the crowd after the Chester win. That was rather special, wasn't it? Fearless and Devotion, pre-season in Portugal. The Reds return to Europe. A smile of memory there for James. Jonah Davis singing in the away end at Chester after the game with the players on the pitch. Oh, that's a good. Oh, this is going to be tough to decide. Robert Williams bringing Manny Smith back and Sean Pearson, absolute rocks. Alex, this is nice. This is, I think, the last game, the Dover match. Saying taking my little cousin to her first game and walking her out on the pitch.
Yeah,
that's nice. And there's a great picture of that on
recruiting
Twitter.
Another fan for the future.
Yeah, good work, Alex. Rich as well, seeing so many Reds in Portugal. And Matty Walker being top of the league. What do you reckon?
I mean, let's have a look at all of those and just put them into perspective. They're all this season, which means
that's very true.
It's great to see that the positivity around the club is this season and everyone buying into it and getting there and getting behind Dean and build the budget and all that sort of stuff. I know there's negativity. At times fans get frustrated and we don't quite get the results we want, but you're right, we've been top of the league this year. We're still up there challenging. Yes, we know we need a couple of players and it's not quite the finished article, but so much positive from the end of last year when we were in a relegation scrap to now we're in a playoff scrap, perhaps a potential chance. So all that getting involved with the players and having that unique relationship that being at this level allows you. You get more access to players because they're part of it. They're not perhaps chaperoned as much as they would in a club, maybe in the Championship or the Premiership. You wouldn't get access to the players like you do at this level. But I'm going to go with a couple of people that said it, and I was there with Rich and so many other fans in Portugal. It was that Portugal trip for me was something special. I know when we were doing the commentary in the stadium, I'd brought my little Bluetooth speakers and I played Wrexham Is the Name, and just as it went quiet just before the kick-off of the first game, just pressed play, and it just played. It was just about loud enough for people to hear, and then the whole crowd went up, and just that little moment for me, it was. I enjoyed that, and just that whole experience of being out there, being with the team, being with the fans, and just seeing it's just the positivity after such like a negative time around the club. So yeah, for me, Portugal, but you know, everyone's suggestion there are positives, and it's great to see it this season.
Absolutely. Before I looked at these, I was thinking about when we signed the centre backs, just thinking that's when we knew we had a man trap of a back four. But yeah, I think you're right. Although I love Jonah's point about the players in front of the away end at Chester.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and Tranmere.
Yeah, absolutely. That's true. Yeah. Player of 2017, Francesca's gone for Manny Smith. Freedom and Devotion, Sean Pearson by the distance of here to Grimsby. Jonah has gone for the Scouse Messi, Paul Rutherford. His assist is so valuable. He's got into double figures for the season today, hasn't he? Sean Pearson says Robert Williams. Alex says Paul Rutherford, love his work ethic. Rich says Manny Smith, class as ever. And Matty Webber says Sean Pearson. The team's back on the pitch. We'll have to do this one quite quickly. I thought as well, because look at the whole of 2017, I think I'd go for Rutherford.
Yeah, Manny Smith, Sean Pearson, great shouts, and going to be up there for player of the season without a shadow of a doubt. I'm with you on this one. I know we talked about quickly on air. Was it the Scouse Messi or the
Scouse Messi?
I've just been describing. It's better than the Penakai Pele that we used to have, which I also liked as a bit of an acronym. But I think Rutherford has shown what he can do with players around him. His work rate, he's turned the crowd. He's shown why a few were shocked while he was offered an extension of his contract when it first got announced. But he was a good little player, workhorse, and I think 2017 he deserves the plaudits he's getting in the performance he's put in.
I think that's a very good call.